3, 2.
I'ma be looking all fly and shit. So fly. I'ma be spreading my wings. I'ma be doing my thing. Do it, okay. I'ma get it away. First and foremost, no, I do not know what the fucking lyrics to those songs are, okay? It's very confusing. They say a bunch of random shit. It doesn't make any sense. Second of all, I have a very important, not very important, but I have a confession to make. When I was younger and that song dropped, it dropped, I don't know, maybe 2008, maybe? Fuck. I don't know, 2008, 2007, I don't know. Either way, I was about 6, 7 years old. I'm not great at the timeline of life. But regardless, I heard that song blasting all over the radio. My first thought was, holy shit, they made a hit song off of how bad they wanted to be an insect. That was one of the stupider things, dumber things. I don't even know, is stupider even a word? I'm actually not 100% sure if it is or isn't, and I think the fact that I don't know if it is or isn't says that I'm the stupidest one here. That sounds like a word. Anyways, guys, one thing I want to say about the bees real quick that really irks me, irks me in the bones. Bees got to be the stupidest fucking insects to roam the planet of the earth ever. First of all, not only do they listen, I said something about this on Twitter, but I just want to speak on it on here since I have barely any followers on Twitter, and I'm basically irrelevant on Twitter, but that's not, doesn't really matter. If you want to go follow my Twitter, go follow my Twitter. I don't really give a fuck. I actually do care. I actually value numbers now, and I've revolved my entire mental health around how many likes I get, but that's not important. What? So go follow my Twitter, okay? Because if I don't get 12 retweets a day, I cry. And I'm kidding. To an extent, I'm kidding, but I'm also not. Anyways, bees, this thing that really irks me about them is they have one stinger, right? They have one stinger, and like if they run into some minor inconvenience, like if I accidentally, nick one of them with my fingertips, they will sting me and perish. They will sting me and die. They sting me, minor inconvenience on my day. Them, for their day's simply over. They're not seeing tomorrow. They are simply not, they're not seeing tomorrow. Okay, you know who is seeing tomorrow though? Beatles. Okay, the Beatles made a song about it. What's the song? Tomorrow. Oh no, that's Annie. That was that orphan bitch. What was she talking about? No offense to any orphans out there. I mean, but Annie, fuck her. Fucking dancing around. Now I know why. Dude, Annie. Now I know why they were always pissed at that little girl. She was always doing dancing and shit. She didn't even fucking get her chores done. She was just dancing around, fucking singing. She thought it was a musical 24/7. And they were like, "Why the fuck didn't you clean the toilet like we asked you earlier today?" And she's like, I'm sorry, I was doing a fucking musical number in the middle of lunch. Fucking get your chores done. Get your chores done, bitch, and then you could do your little musical number. All right? Honestly, now, you know what? I think I'm starting to side with the owners of the orphanage in the movie Annie. All she fucking did was dance around and sing. I'd be pretty pissed too. I'd be like, shut the fuck up. Figure it out. Figure it out, man. Figure it the fuck out, Annie. Anyways, back to bees, dude. How fucking stupid of an insect are they? Can you do they know that if they sting? I mean, obviously they don't. They're a bee. They're fucking stupid. So that's kind of a cruel little prank, cruel, dude. Why the fuck can't I say that with my tongue? Jesus, a cruel prank that God's playing on nature. Okay, fucking bees. They sting. They fucking immediately die. It's supposed to be used as a defense mechanism. Not much of a defense mechanism if they immediately die after. That's not exactly, wouldn't exactly call that efficient. Wouldn't exactly call that the most efficient form of defense. Anyways, guys, welcome to the podcast. My name's Anthony Koz. This is Kickin' It with Koz, and welcome to episode 9 of Kickin' It with Koz. I already said that, but that's okay. We're just going to get past that. We're going to ignore it. Listen, first and foremost, if you like what I'm wearing right now, and you're looking at this and you're like, Anthony, what the fuck? That's a super sick-ass sweatshirt, a sweatshirt that looks like it's going to give me a lot of box, a lot of pussy, or a lot of dick, or whatever you want. Whatever you want in you or whatever you want to put in, this right here is going to get you a lot of it, okay? And you're probably wondering, Anthony, where do I get such a fine piece of material, such a fine piece of cloth like that? Link in my Instagram bio, Anthony Koz _ It's my merch, and you're going to absolutely love it, and you guys should all go check it out. But other than that, that's the only plug I'm going to do in the beginning, okay? Nobody get mad at me, and anyone who's listening is going to be like, I can't see it, Anthony. Well, go to my Instagram then, you little fuckboy, okay? And go to my Instagram and quit bitching. It's fucking okay, because I don't care about your feelings. They don't matter to me. No. But no, I care about your feelings. That's a lie. I'm sorry. You know I care about you guys. You know who doesn't care about my feelings? Fucking internet trolls, dude. internet trolls. I've been getting a lot of DMs recently. A lot of just out of pocket DMs for absolutely no reason. People have been hitting my line. They're like, you're so funny, and I really want to like you, but you're so straight that I just feel like you're an absolute piece of shit. Thanks. Thank you so much for such a fantastic compliment. No. Thank you. No. Thank you for fucking no, dude. The fuck was that? The hell, man. God. Anyways, though, listen, the Met Gala happened. Anthony, do you even know what the fuck that is? No, I do not. I actually had to Google it 20 seconds before I hit record because I had no idea what it was for. I know the VMAs is like a musical event, but the Met Gala, I was really confused. I was like, what the fuck is it for? And it's just like, turns out it's just some like charity event for, rich people to attend to and pretend like they care about everybody else. I don't know. That's what I feel like it is. I feel like it's kind of like that. I'm pretty sure I saw like politicians there, which I could be 100% wrong on that. I don't know why the fuck they're invited to that shit. I don't really know who the fuck invited them. That seems odd. That seems fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know. I think it would be really funny though if like Biden showed up and like he showed up, but he showed up in like one of those big like people had like a bunch of fucking obviously random stupid little outfits. Somebody had a horse head on the front of their dress. I don't know, okay? And I'm sure somebody's listening and they're like, Anthony, that's fashion and you wouldn't know anything about it because you're stupid. You're a stupid little white boy. You're a stupid little white boy who doesn't know shit about fashion. You just dress like a frat kid. You know what? Maybe I do. And maybe I do. I like to think that I don't, but sometimes I do. All right? It's not my fault that I look like I'm the fucking frat president. All right? I can't help what I look like. Anyways, what the fuck was I talking about? I don't even know. Somebody put a horse head on a dress. The fuck are you thinking? I think it'd be really funny if fucking Biden walked in as like, can you imagine if Biden walked in as like, he was like dressed up as a syringe? Like he was like dressed up as the vaccine? Or like in some random fucking outfit? Yeah, oh god, that'd be funny. That'd be really funny. I don't know. That's just something that I'm thinking about. Anyways, guys, the Met Gala happened, like I said, in New York. Met, I'm sure there was some. I could bet you I will bet you anybody $100 listening right now that there was some dad in New York that goes, the Met Gala. The fuck is this? Met Gala. The only what about the Yankee Gala, huh? What about the Yankee Gala? What's going on there? Fucking Met. Mets haven't won a World Series since '85. I could be completely wrong, by the way. I have no Met knowledge whatsoever. I barely keep up with baseball to begin with. But let's just keep going with the joke. The fucking Mets haven't won anything since '85. Now they got a gala. His daughter's in the corner. It's like, Dad, they're not talking about the Mets. Okay, it's the Met Gala. It's a fashion event. A fashion event. You want to see something done in fashion? Look up Derek Jeter 2004, September 3rd. He hit 3 home runs in fashion. That's fashion, baby. That's fashion. Look at Jeter. He's in fashion. I don't give a fuck. Jeter, you want to talk about fashion? Derek Jeter, he played with fashion. With passion and fashion, babe. Passion and Dad, didn't Jeter do steroids? Don't you bring that propaganda around my house. Don't you bring those fucking lies around. All right? Jeter didn't do shit. Everybody was doing fucking steroids. Steroids or not, he's still the best to ever play. You say one more thing about Jeter, you're sleeping in the yard. Jeter's the closest thing I got to Jesus. Jeter is the closest. Why do you think his name starts with a J? Because he's the Jesus of baseball, you piece of shit. Fuck out of here. Jag-off Met Gala. Where's the Yankee Gala? Where's the Jeter Gala? That's what I would see. That's what I want to watch. Jesus. I guarantee there was some New York dad who said that. I could bet you fucking money. Baseball, man. Speaking of baseball, other sports that just started happening again. Football's back. College football, NFL football, it's all back in action. Best sport in the world. The only sport in the world where you could get brain damage and play in a game next week. No, the only sport in the world where people are absolutely floored when they hear that it causes brain damage. Now, am I shitting on football? No. I played football for a while. Did it affect what's going on upstairs? 100%, dude. Absolutely. I've been rocked. I've been absolutely rocked multiple times. And you know what just happens is you get right back up, and it's unreal. I know what the funniest thing about football and like CTE, which by the way, if you don't know, CTE is like permanent brain damage stuff. It like causes, but just think of it as brain. Whenever I say CTE, just think brain damage. It's essentially what it is. I'm not going to go ahead and explain exactly what CTE is. A, because I don't really understand it. B, because I really don't want to. But anyways, kind of like the whole thing there with CTE and like footballs, I find it so funny when they do like I think it's autopsies or maybe like CAT scans or something like that, but they'll scan the brain of old football players who played in like the 40s or the 50s that have since died, obviously, and they have their brain to like study on and stuff like that, and and people they like publish shit, and like the article title will be like old football player who died early on in life proven to have brain damage from playing football for so long, and then people are like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Well, fucking, I don't know. Maybe it's because they fucking, in the 40s, they didn't have helmets, dude. They're just running at each other, fucking banging heads and shit. Just running at each other, fucking full speed. They'd probably black out and then go play in the next play. They'd probably black out and then run back on the field. Okay, they weren't exactly concerned about their fucking well-being. Okay, they were just going out there to fucking play football, and people are like, wow, I can't believe that it causes brain damage. Maybe because the entire point of the sport revolves around hitting each other on every play. What do you think's gonna happen? Oh my God, it causes brain damage? That was the last thing I would have thought of. That'd be like someone saying, like, looking at boxing and being like, that's so weird. That's so weird that sport causes brain damage. All they do is punch each other in the head for a living. Yeah, I wonder why, dude. I wonder why they have brain damage. Fucking morons. Why do you think? Because they hit each other in the head all day. I mean, yeah, obviously the sport's much safer now, and I think, as the years go on, it's going to get better and better, and there's going to be almost nobody with CTE cases, and it's going to, get better and better. But the same thing, too, is what a lot of people don't think about. It's like, when a player gets a concussion, like most of the players who are playing, and trust me, I know I've done this before. I've done this in my lifetime, and I know it's not good. But when you're playing and you're in the game, you don't want to be the bitch. You don't want to be the guy who gets hit in the head and is like, Coach, I think I got to sit out a couple weeks. No, fucking nobody in the NFL is going to sit out a couple weeks. That's not how that works. Okay, and that's the reason. And so they're taking that risk on their own, which many people don't think. By the way, I got a story for you. When I was, I think it was in 7th grade, maybe 8th grade, it was a championship game for our football team. It was this third quarter. I get a ball up the middle, right, straight up the gut, and I'm going up the middle, and the strong safety, which we don't know football, strong safety, he's like the last guy, pretty much the last guy of defense. Both of the safeties are pretty much the last guy of defense on the field. I go up the gut. And I was a big 7th grade. I don't know. It was 7th. I'm going to say it was 7th grade just to keep it even here. But in 7th grade, I was a bigger kid. I hit a growth spurt pretty early. I was bigger than most kids. So when I went up the gut, I had everyone on the other team was jumping on top of me and trying to bring me down, but then my linemen from behind me were pushing me from behind, so I kept moving forward, and then the next thing I know, there's 10 guys on top of me, right? I mean, all trying to grab and push me down, but they weren't bringing me down. The last guy, strong safety, runs full speed, sprints, dives, puts the crown of his helmet directly into my fucking temple. I dropped immediately. I saw black for 10 seconds, then I saw white for 10 seconds, and then when I came to, my coach was fucking in my face. How many fingers? How many fingers am I holding up? Say it. Hey, come here. I don't think he knows his name. Hey, how many fingers? And he's like shoving him in my face mask. I'm like, I don't know. So get him away. He's like, how many? Hey, come here. Hey, bring his mama. Hey, I didn't go to a school in the South, but it's funnier if I say it this way. Hey, bring his mama. What's your name, kid? When's your birthday? And it wasn't even like that I forgot anything, but they were throwing so many fucking questions at me at once. And they were like, how old are you? And I think, and you know how like sometimes like when I was younger, for some reason, I would fuck up my age every once in a while when my birthday was like coming up or if it just passed. I don't know why I did it. It was really stupid, but I would do it sometimes. So I'd be like, how old are you? I'd be like 11. They'll be like, he's 12. Somebody get him in a fucking ambulance. This kid is fucking, he's got permanent brain damage now. I'm like, no, I don't. I fucked up a number. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to fuck up a number. And so anyways, they bring me to the bench or whatever, the sidelines, third quarter. And after about, 5 minutes, I go to my coach. I'm like, Coach, I could go back in. And he's like, no, you're not going back in the game. He's like, we're up by 8. First of all, he goes, first of all, we're up by 30. He goes, second of all, they don't need you. I go, they always need me. You know, I'm being a fucking moron. And he goes, all right. So the coach looks at me. He like thinks. I could tell he's thinking. He stops. He just stares at me for like 10 seconds. And he's like, all right, tell you what. If you could walk straight down that line, he goes, for 10 yards. If you could walk down that line, it was one of the lines, you know, that weren't on the field, obviously. It was one of the lines near the bench. And he goes, if you could walk straight down that line for 10 yards, I'll put you back in the game. And I'm like, fucking easy. I turn around, I look down at the lines. I didn't say this to him, but in my head, I go, oh, there's 5 lines. There was only 1 line in reality, but in my head, I saw 5. And I go, I could walk it. And so then there was 5 of them, right? You know, 2, but then there was 1 in the middle. And I'm like, I'm just going to walk down the middle line. He won't fucking know shit. I just outsmarted him. And apparently my dad watched me do this because he obviously came down and he was standing on the sidelines with my coach because he was also there, you know, to make sure that I didn't run back on the field. And so my dad was on the field too. And my dad watched me walk the line. And I go, and I in my head, I thought I walked it straight, right? Because I went down the middle line. I stayed on that middle line. And then my dad grabs me and he goes, yeah, you're not going back in. And coach goes, sit on the fucking bench. And I go, I walked on the line perfectly. And he goes, you didn't even touch the line. He goes, you didn't even start on the line. And I go, oh, fuck. I picked the wrong one of the 5. I had a 20% chance and I fucked it up. They go, you weren't even on the line. And I was like, oh. And then that's when it kind of clicked in and I was like, you know what? Maybe I won't go back in the game. Like, you know what? Maybe I'm going to sit this one out, coach. You guys, I'm on the bench. The concussion's really setting in and I'm like, you guys, you got it. Woo! Go team. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, no, I was 100% concussed though. Never went to the doctor. 100% concussed though. I just, you know, because what's the doctor going to do? I'm going to go to the doctor and they're going to be like, hey, we ran tests on you, which by the way, that's 10 grand. You'll owe us that. Anyways, we ran those tests. Turns out you have a concussion. And I'm like, tell me something I didn't know. And he's like, something you didn't know is that you also owe me an extra 5 grand for talking shit. And he's like, so not only did you come in here and learn something that you already knew, but now you owe us 15 grand. How does that feel, bitch? I don't know. That's the thing about, you know, I'm not going to get into healthcare in America or anything like that, but it is a little bit funny that, you know, I mean, I know plenty of people where if something bad happens or something like that, the first thing that anyone thinks in America, or at least is what I think, or most people that I know think, is whenever something bad happens, everyone's sitting around and they're just like, is it ambulance worthy though? And then everyone's just like breaking it down. They're like, are you going to die? Because if you're not going to die, let's hop in the car and you won't have to pay that 10 grand, you know, for a fucking ambulance. That's what everybody I know thinks about it. And I think about that as well, because I mean, you know, that's a lot of money, you know, to just get a ride. I could just fucking call a taxi, wrap my leg, and they'll fix me when I get there, you know? The only time that I ever actually needed like a legit ambulance ride was when like I got like severely dehydrated, but that's a story for another time. We're really getting off topic here, and I actually don't even know what fucking topic. I don't even know what fucking topic I was on. I actually have to look at my phone here because I'm really, really confused. Oh, I was talking about football. I actually have one more football story that I do want to tell you guys. Not of me, but I was watching. It was an ex of mine from a while back. This is a while ago, and it was kind of at the point where, you know, we were dating for a good amount of time, and I was with her and her family, right? And it was kind of it was at the point in our dating where, you know, like I was pretty comfortable just sitting with her and her family. Like it wasn't like we were dating for like only like a month, and like her dad like just found out who I was and he fucking hated me. That's not where we were at. It was more of like, you know, they knew me. You know, we were good. We were chilling. I'm pretty sure her parents met my parents at that point. Not important. What matters, though, is that, you know, they've known me for long enough to, I mean, kind of get a sense of my personality and what out-of-pocket shit that I might say. But unfortunately, I decided to say the most out-of-pocket shit that's ever come out of my mouth in that moment. So we were watching football, and it was a college football game, and I want to say it was USC because I'm pretty sure that's the team that the blind snapper played for. Yeah. I think you could kind of see how terrible this joke was in this moment. But anyways, we're going to keep going here. So I think it was USC. It doesn't matter what the college is. Anyways, the team had a blind snapper, which means the person who snapped the ball was blind. And her little brother goes, hey, Like, he just says it to the room. He wasn't even directing it towards me. He was just saying it to the room. And he goes, hey, do you think that they're allowed to hit him? Because that doesn't really seem fair. And I go, well, considering every side's his blind side, I wouldn't say that they're allowed to hit him. I didn't even mean to say it as like so much as a joke. I mean, I knew that it was going to be a joke, but I just kind of thought everyone was going to be like, oh, like that's funny. Every side is his blind side, but they did, to say the least, they did not think it was funny at all. They just stared me down. And everyone was kind of just like looking at me like, did you really just make a fucking blind joke about this kid? Because everyone was watching the TV and they were like so proud of this kid. And they were like, wow, he's blind and he's really chasing his dream. And I'm like, that's, and then I just sit there and fucking make a joke about it. And and the little brother was just fucking crying on the floor, and like everyone was just staring at me, and they were like, why the fuck would you make that joke right now? And I'm like, you know what? It was there. I saw an opportunity and I went for it. I fucking went for it. And I was honestly, although in the moment it sucked because I could tell that everyone was really upset with me, after the fact, like literally when I was on my ride home, I was so proud of myself because it was kind of early on in when I was starting comedy and like starting to like, post stuff on the internet and stuff like that. So that was like kind of like one of my first moments where I was just like out somewhere and I remembered that the little brother said that, and I fucking without hesitation, he goes, are they allowed to hit him? And within a second, I go, well, considering every side's his blind side, I'm going to have to go with probably not. Because that would suck for him. Oh, man. You got to love it, baby. Hey, baby. I want to know, does it feel so good? Ba, 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 ba. Anyone else been shitting blood lately? Because listen, I don't think you understand how bad I wish that this was an opening to a joke. It's not even an opening to a joke. For the past probably 2 to 3 days, my first shit every morning it's just been blood. It's just been blood. And I mean, it's not like it's 100% blood. Like it's like 80% blood and then 20% not blood. So like I'm not like super worried. I'm sure there's like some like nurse or some medical professional listening. I doubt any doctors listen to this. That's why I didn't say doctor, because they probably doctors probably listen to this and lose a few brain cells. They're like, I'm sure a doctor listened to this and they're like, I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to have a PhD anymore. And I'm like, you probably aren't. If you listen to this podcast, I don't know if you're legally allowed to own a PhD. But but if you do listen to this podcast and you own a PhD, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love you so much. I love all of you, but if you have a PhD and you listen to this, that's amazing. Anyways, though, yeah. I'm sure, like I said, the doctors and the nurses that are listening right now, I'm sure they're like, you shouldn't be shitting any blood, Anthony. I'm aware of that. I know that I shouldn't be shitting blood, but at the same time, like I don't really want to go to the doctor, and I'm kind of just banking on the fact that it's gonna eventually go away. But I feel like it's one of those things that probably isn't gonna go away on their own. I feel like it's kind of one of those things where it's like if you start, I feel like that's one of the things. You know how there's like certain medical emergencies where if something happens to you, I should probably go to the doctor. Like if your foot starts swelling up and you can't fucking walk on it, you're gonna be like, I probably gotta go to the hospital. Or like, if you get a big slice in your chin, or like if you're bleeding internally or something like that, you're like, I gotta go to the doctor. And shitting blood is one of those things where most people are gonna see it, they're gonna be like, I should probably go to the fucking doctor. I see it and I think, give me a week. My body will figure it out. It'll adapt. It'll figure it out. It'll adapt to the situation. It'll adapt to the scenario. My body's smart, right? If you shit blood, is that a sign of bleeding internally? Because if it is, if anybody fucking DMs me that shitting blood might be, might mean that you have internal bleeding, if you DM me that and, you're a credible source, I might freak out a little bit. I'm not going to lie, because, I am, it's not really a big concern of mine right now. But if I am still shitting blood by next week, I promise you guys I'll go to the doctor, so don't worry about it. But it's been getting a little bit less. It's been, I like how I'm honestly trying to like convince myself right now when I'm like saying this shit out loud. I'm like, yeah, I mean like, if you talk to me on Monday, yeah, 90 blood, 10% not blood. But if you talk to me today, 70-30, so we're doing better. Just trying to convince myself that like everything's okay. I'm like, Yeah, it's blood, but I mean, once it hits 50-50, I mean, who doesn't shit a little bit of blood every once in a while? Everyone listening is like, nobody, Anthony. That's not, you should go to a fucking doctor immediately. Oh, man. I don't know. We'll figure. I'll see. I'll see. It's okay. Everything's going to be fine. I'm not shitting blood. Football's back. Speaking of football, also, dude, what happened to all the Barstool athletes? I feel like they were like everywhere at one point, and now they're like, I don't see anyone talk about it anymore. Did they run out of merch to give you? Did they run out of free merch? Dude, that has got to be the biggest scam of the century, Barstool athlete. And they weren't even checking the fucking athlete things in like half the time, because I saw a bunch of people who said they were allowed to put Barstool athlete in their bio and also received merch that sent in beer pong champion. Like that was their sport. Their sport was that they were a beer pong champion. And then they wrote down a literal college, and then they got a fucking hoodie that said Barstool athlete. Dude, like what? At first, it felt like Barstool athlete was going to be like one of those things that was like very exclusive. It was going to be like a cool thing. Like the first Barstool athletes, like they were only signing like legit D1 athletes that like, are either, at the top of their game in whatever sport they are, or even better than that, are possible draft prospects for their respective sport. And I was like, oh, that's so sick. Like, I bet it's such a privilege to be a Barstool athlete. And then I found out that some of my buddies who play D3 football were getting Barstool athlete. And I was like, oh, they're really just handing these out, aren't they? They're really just handing these out to anybody. I mean, my one friend, look, I love him to death, and he might be listening right now. Listen, buddy, I love you with my heart, and he knows I do. But at the same time, he is 5'8". He might be a little bit shorter, but I think he would really appreciate me calling him 5'8" on here. He is 5'8". He plays D3 football. And yes, he is very good, but, he also is not fucking, Lamar Jackson. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not these stud college athletes that used to be in the past that probably deserve a Barstool athlete thing. And now, for him, though, I gotta give him a lot of props, because he did decide to not send anything into Barstool, because he was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be that guy. And that's why I'm not gonna make fun of him. That's why I'm not gonna make fun of him, and I'm gonna stay away from it, and I'm gonna leave my guy alone, because he is my dog, and he's my fucking dog, and I'm not gonna make fun of him on here. If he did accept the Barstool athlete thing, yes, I would tear him to pieces, but I'm not gonna do that. But everyone who did accept it, literally, as soon as they started signing people, like, and no offense to anyone who is a rower on a D3 college, but D3 rowing, look, I am not trying to be mean, but fucking, I think I could be a D3 rower. Look, just because I am in pretty solid shape, my cardio is all right, and my upper body is actually decently strong, I feel like I could fucking row, okay? Not D1. Absolutely not D1, and absolutely not D2. I'm sure you guys, listen, I'm sure you guys are way better than me. You definitely trained for that. You got a scholarship. You're probably killing it right now. I hope you're living great. But D3 rowing, I feel like if I walked up to a college and I was like, I'll join your rowing team, half of them would probably be like, what's rowing? Be like, what is that? I don't even, do you want it? What? Do you want to be on our fishing team? No. I want to row a boat as a sport. Oh, yeah, we don't do that here. But like D3 rowing, as soon as I saw those things going out to Barstool athletes and shit like that, I was like, man, I could have got one if I honestly wanted to. I didn't, but I could have. I could have just put in there like professional laugh man. Fucking welcome to the Laugh Factory right here. Welcome to the Laugh Factory, this podcast. Fucking welcome to the Giggle Zone. Welcome to the Giggle Zone, baby. CEO of the Giggle Zone. They probably would have sent me a hoodie. If I put CEO of the Giggle Zone, they would have sent me a hoodie. Anyways, I feel like I need to we're going to hop into, not really current events. Honestly, not even, yes, it's current events, but it's not current events. A little bit yes, a little bit of no. Some of it's going to be current events. Other bits of it are just going to be topics that I want to talk about. Anyways, first of all, ivermectin. Yes, I know that sounds like a Harry Potter spell that makes your nose disappear, but it is not. It is actually a pill that people are taking. It's that horse pill that people are taking for COVID or whatever. I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it. Apparently, doctors are saying that it's, you shouldn't be taking it because, it's made for horses. And there's apparently a lot of people that are calling poison control because, they're having an adverse side effect, which, who would have thought that would happen? It's not like it isn't made for humans. But essentially, I've heard fucking joke upon joke upon joke fucking everywhere, fucking late night TV that gives very, very poorly written jokes on this that are like, if you listen, if I came on here and I gave you written jokes every week, if I fucking wrote jokes and was able to fucking, do you know how much fucking like better this would sound? I mean, obviously it wouldn't sound as like, I'm obviously never going to do that because I like the podcast how it's a little bit more of a conversation style, and you know that pretty much all of this is just off the top of my dome. Obviously, some things when I look at topics, I can't help myself from thinking of a joke every once in a while and like immediately thinking of kind of the direction I'm going to be going into. But I mean, pretty much fucking 90% of this fucking right off the top of the dome piece. So I like that style and I like how I do the podcast like that. So I'm never going to actually write shit for this. But I mean, if I was able to write jokes. If I had an entire day, if my job was revolved around an entire day to write a joke at night, dude, I mean, come on. It's a fucking late night show, man. You have all that time and they come out with basically all of them the same fucking joke. Somebody say something controversial, please. I'm dying here. I feel like I'm one of the only ones that says some fuck shit every week. Seriously, man. God, if you're not getting at least one DM a week of someone telling you that you're out of your fucking mind and whatever, and that what I say on my podcast is fucking criminal, if I'm not getting at least one of those a week, then I'm doing something wrong. Then I am doing something wrong. Oh, fuck, dude. I just got energy drink up my nostril. Fuck. Damn. That's definitely not healthy. But something about a late night show, very funny. One of my college classes last semester, no longer in college, dropped out that bitch because I'm doing this full time. But when I was in college, one of my classes was, what the fuck was the class? I don't remember what the class was called, but the point of the class, it was something like TV class. It was a really easy fucking class. Pretty sure I got 100 in the class. Not the point. Point, though, is that our last assignment was you're supposed to write up a script for like a monologue, like write up a 7-minute monologue, or I forget how long it was, like a 7-minute monologue, 7.5, whatever it was, as if I'm Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon or fucking Seth Meyers, or whoever the fuck you watch, whoever you listen to, or any late night host. That's like, how they stand up at the beginning and they're like, ho, Delta Airlines fucking, that's what the new COVID strain's called. I'm sure their prices are going down. And then, they fucking, they throw in the laugh button and everyone's like, ha, ha, ha. Oh my God. They all sound like fucking seals. They're like, ha, ha. This is great. This guy's great. I haven't heard this joke for the 5th time this week. Fucking branch out a little. Late night TV. Anyways, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be like every other late night guy. I'm going to go too far because why not? Because it's my class and I'm trying to have the funniest monologue. Anyways, I didn't know that we weren't going to have to tell it to the rest of the class. And by the way, this was over Zoom, by the way. So it was Zoom classes. I didn't know that we weren't going to have to. All we had to do, actually, was write it, and he was just going to read it, and pretty much everybody got 100. So I was pretty pissed about that because I actually spent fucking a good amount of time. I spent a good 4 hours writing this well-written monologue, which actually, I might still have it on my laptop. I'm going to pull it up. Because it was genuinely funny. Before I pull up this monologue from class, listen, I don't even know if I finished it. Doesn't really fucking matter. And that some of the jokes might not make sense because, the stuff that I wrote about was supposed to be like current. And, it probably happened like a fucking year ago, but it's still going to be funny regardless. Oh my God, I think I still have it. I've never been more excited right now. I can't believe I just remembered that I had that. Anyways, the thing that I want to say was that I read this in front of the entire class, okay? So just to paint a picture for you. I read this in front of the entire class over Zoom, which everybody was on mute. So every time I hit a punchline, I had no idea if I was landing jokes. Like I literally had no fucking clue because everyone had not only their mute button on, but their camera off. So I couldn't even read facial expressions. I kept looking up. It was just blank. It was just me reading into fucking blank screens or whatever. He only made me read half of it, which thank God, because I'm pretty sure the end of it got progressively more edgy as I went on. And it was just, I took it a little bit too far. But then after I read it, he goes, all right, anybody else want to? And no one else raised their hand because everyone else is a bitch. And nobody else wanted to step out of the box and fucking, it's over Zoom, dude. It's over Zoom, which by the way, I left my camera on too. I didn't shut my camera off. I was fucking saying those words loud and proud. But everybody else who wrote a monologue, they're like, I'm good. And then after they said I'm good, I thought he was going to be like, all right, you're going to have to read it next class. But instead he goes, all right, that's the end, guys. That's it. Just turn them in. That's your last project. I was pissed. I was like, nobody else has to fucking cite their fucking monologue. Anyways, let me pull this up, dude. Oh, fuck. Dude, I really hope I can find this. Holy fuck, I found it! Holy shit! Yes! Oh my god, wait. I gotta move this shit over. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my god, my laptop's burning my legs. I'm not gonna read this beforehand. We're just gonna hop right into it. So I called it late night. I called it late night Koz. Late night with Koz. Okay? I know, very unoriginal, but I mean still. Regardless. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Here we go. Late night with Koz. Woo! We love you, Koz. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey everyone, and welcome to Late Night with Koz. I appreciate all of you for tuning in tonight after a day in your, well, let's be honest, pretty mediocre and wide open schedule. I mean, come on, people, we're in the middle of a pandemic here, which means most of you are working from home, which means most of you haven't left that couch all day. And even though I know you have nothing better to do, at least you're watching this instead of that repetitive nonsense the media likes to call the 10 o'clock news. That was my little jab for the teacher that I thought he was going to love. He loved it. Just recently, I finally saw something worth watching that wasn't going to make me hate my life more than I already do. They showed a video of David Blaine, and if you don't know who that is, the best way I could put it is he's a magician whose favorite trick is to test God. By that, I mean that it seems as though all of his tricks include the fun possibility that he might accidentally kill himself, which, by the way, I rewrote it. I said instead, he might accidentally get himself killed is what I had to rewrite because I was like, kill himself's a little bit aggressive for a 100 level class. Anyways, I don't want to keep writing this whole thing because it's just more and more nonsense. Anyways, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a gist of that. I might have cut out, I don't know, when I'm editing, I might cut out a little bit more of that script or whatever. If you want to hear more of that script, maybe I'll post like the whole thing on my Actually, no, I won't. Anyways, yeah, I read that monologue in front of the whole class. That David Blaine line, the line where made me hate myself more than I already do. Classic. Teacher didn't think it was so funny. I think he was a little bit concerned, wanted to call my counselor. And on top of that, not only did I think he wanted to call my counselor, but then as soon as I did I knew that he would have called my counselor if I finished with the kill himself joke. If I said kill himself, but instead I said get himself killed, a little switcheroo there that has a little bit less of an impact on what the teacher's going to think about that one. But nonetheless, the funniest part about it was I'm pretty sure after the David Blaine line where I, essentially said half of his tricks involve him trying not to kill himself, the teacher was like, all right, good job, Anthony. I think that's enough. And I'm like, I have 4 more minutes. And he's like, we've heard enough. We're all right. He's like, it's okay. We're good. Honestly, though, he did, as a matter of fact, say to me after the class, I'm pretty sure, or he emailed me or something, and he goes, honestly, you actually did a very good job. And he goes, and no one else was going to read that monologue in front of the whole class. And he goes, and you did a really good job at it. But all I wanted to hear, I didn't really care that he thought I did a good job, and he thought that my delivery was good, and he thought that everything about it was good. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't care about any of that he was saying, which were nice things. All I wanted to hear, which was what he didn't say, was, oh, by the way, funny monologue. He didn't fucking say it, dude. He didn't fucking say it. Yeah, some of those jokes weren't great. Yeah, they weren't fucking great. Okay, because I wrote a fucking monologue in 4 hours that I was supposed to have 4 weeks for, that I obviously started the last night because I thought I could put it together in 4 hours, which I did, and I thought it was all right. It wasn't too bad. If you guys are watching and you're like, what the fuck is Anthony's drinking right now? It's in one of the koozies that I have. Not even fucking around. This thing has stayed cold the entire time. Not only did it sit in my room in this koozie, because I want to test the koozie's limits here, which, by the way, you can buy on my website, links in my bio on Instagram, AnthonyKoz_. But when I was drinking this, I literally left this in my room for an hour because I was about to record the podcast and I was like, I'm hungry. So I went and made lunch and fucking, watched some fucking YouTube videos or whatever. And then I next realized it's an hour later, but this was still left upstairs. I opened it. It's now almost been 2 full hours and this thing is as cold as I got out of the fridge. And I'm not even, look, all right? You're going to sit there and you're going to be like, oh, he's just biased. I swear to you, the koozies fuck. The koozies fuck. Go grab yourself one. It keeps it nice and cold. Also, that means I could drink energy drinks on here of brands that don't fucking, what's it called? Fucking support me? Not support me. What are they? I don't know. That aren't, that don't deserve a shout out. I don't know what the fucking word is. No brand. That don't have a brand deal with me. That's what I'm trying to say. Because you can't see the label on it. I actually, you might be able to see the label a little bit, but just pretend that you can't, okay? Because it still covers up the can more than it did before. Anyways, what else do we want to talk about here, guys? Scientists are trying to figure out a way, or they have figured out a way, and they're attempting to do it very soon. They're attempting to bring back the woolly mammoth. That seems like such a bad fucking idea. God, dude. I swear, man, every single time that, like, you think things are getting a little bit better, and I know you're thinking, like, Anthony, how the fuck are things getting better? Like, fucking, there's still more strains of COVID coming. I know. Okay, but at least places are opening up. Okay, and at least, yeah, sure, in Chicago, even if you're vaccinated, you got to wear a mask, but at least I could go to the fucking gym, okay? Small wins, baby, small wins. That's all that really fucking matters. Anyways, the fuck was I talking about? Oh, woolly mammoth, yeah, that's what I want to say. Everything's getting, like, slightly better. I know not great, but slightly better, and I swear, dude, if they birth a fucking woolly mammoth, we're fucked. We're fucked. Why do you think that's a good idea? Why would you even remotely think that that's a good idea? Why would that even pop in your noggin that, oh, yeah, we should, no, yeah, it's a species that went extinct. Let's bring it back. Why don't we just bring back a T-Rex and fucking, what? You want Godzilla to happen, dude? Do you want Godzilla to happen? Huh? Is this what you want to happen? Fucking Jesus, man. That's dumb as shit, dude. Look, I don't care if they're gone for a bad reason. They're gone now. We're not bringing them fucking back. We're not bringing them back. It's fucked up, man. You dumb bastards. Speaking of something that we should not fuck with in nature, I was watching this thing on YouTube, 10 minutes long. I don't know if you want to see it. It's something about the rainforest and how most of the rainforest, by the way, still, or not most of it, but some of it at least, still undiscovered. Absolutely mind-boggling. You're telling me that there's something on Earth, and I know I get the oceans being undiscovered because pressure and shit like that, and you can't go down deep, but the fucking rainforest not being discovered, you can't just, like, fucking walk through the rainforest, and I get that it's dangerous. And there's, like, Anthony's bugs, you can get malaria. I don't fucking, okay, cool. I'm not saying I want to go in there, but send some other fuck to fucking do the research for us. But, but basically, what I found out that there's fucking tribes. There are tribes in the rainforest. And you're like, oh, yeah, there's still tribes in the world and other places, okay, in third world country. Hey, buddy, I'm not fucking done here. Not only are they tribes, they don't have contact with any of the outside world, and they live in the middle of the fucking Amazon. And there's some photos of them. You can look it up online. I saw the photos on YouTube. There's photos of them from, like, clearly, I don't know, maybe from, like, a drone or a helicopter. And they're like, there's photos of these people who, I mean, clearly are terrified because they've never seen electronics like this. And they're either pointing at a drone with, like, a spear, or maybe it's a helicopter. And they're pointing and, like, covering up in fear because they've never seen that before. And apparently in Brazil, I think it's Brazil, who apparently there's under, like, some Brazil Wildlife Act or something like that, where these people, it is illegal to come into contact with them. Obviously, because, diseases that we could spread, we have immunity because we're around all these people and we have the most immunity, but, like, even, like, just, like, some measles or, like, even the common cold could probably take one of them out. So it's very dangerous. We shouldn't do that. But look, on a very surface level, yeah, we should not interact with them. We should not fuck with them. We should not get close to them, and we should just let them evolve on their own. But right below that surface level, and I'm talking you do not have to go far. I'm talking centimeters below that surface level. You know what my brain's saying? Give them an iPhone. Give them an iPhone and see what happens. I know it's wrong and fucked up. You'd be like, Anthony, you can't do that. That's so morally fucked up. But think about it. I know it's wrong, but think about it. I really just want to, maybe not even an iPhone. Maybe just like a fucking, give them a Wii, give them Mario Super Sluggers, and just let them we'll just drop it in there. We'll just drop in a cargo shipment, fully, sanitized down so no diseases can get to them. We'll just drop in a cargo shipment, fucking leave. 2 years later, we come back. They're just they've all become addicted to this game, and then they've killed each other over for it. And there's only one of them left. That would be terrible. That would be very bad. That would be bad. That's not funny at all. But I mean, dude, isn't that wild? I mean, like, obviously, no one's gonna touch them or, like, talk to them or do anything crazy about it. I'm sure you know who would, though. You know who would, like, try and, like, coax them to do some shit or, like, find different things about them? Gary Vee. Gary Vee. Can you imagine Gary Vee, like, talking to, like, a tribe? He'd be like, Gary Vee, like, talking to his tribe. Be like, all right, look at me. Listen. listen. You guys, listen. I love what you're doing here. You're off the grid. You're not following what everyone else is following. Okay, I love you, and I love what you're doing for that. I love how you're different. I love how you're being different than everyone else. You're like, you know what? I don't need technology. I don't need the internet. I don't need AC. I don't need shelter. I don't need safety. I don't need immunity. I don't need anything like that. And I love that about you. And I love that about you. And they're just staring at him, and they're like probably thinking in their heads, they're like, should we shoot him with a bow and arrow, or should we just like keep letting him talk nonsense? Just fucking. I actually saw this video of Gary Vee. He was like at a lemonade stand, and he obviously, some kid was like 25 cents. I think he gave the kid like a 50 or like 100, and he was like, keep the change, which was like, you know, obviously he has a lot of money. That's nice or whatever. Like the kid was probably fucking stoked, and he was like, holy shit, because Gary, he saw the lemonade stand. He's got, I gotta respect the original hustle, dude. Gotta respect the original hustle. But if I didn't see that video, what I would imagine Gary Vee doing at like a lemonade stand was him be like going up to the kid at the lemonade stand. The kid's like 25 cents, and he's like, I'll do you 2 dimes. I'll do you 20 cents. How about that? And this fucking 8-year-old's probably like, no. Like, he's probably like, why are you trying to argue with it? Are you bartering with an 8-year-old right now? Like, are you trying to make me drop my price? She's like, I'll give you 15 cents and some advice. And this kid's like, I don't know, like 20. I don't fucking want your advice, you weird fuck. Get back in your fuck. I don't want your advice, you weirdo. And he's like starts taking a video of the kid. He's like, look at this kid, the young hustle. The kid's like, get the fuck, what are you doing right now? Get that camera out of my face, dude. Get the fuck out of here. And he's like, I just gave this kid, lemonade was 20. He puts this kid on blast. And he's like, hey guys, the kid he lies to the kid. He's like, I only have 10 cents on me. And the kid, obviously being a young kid, he's like, oh yeah, that's whatever, 10 cents. Like, that's fine. And he gives it to him. And then as soon as the kid hands him the lemonade, he pulls out his phone. He's like, hey guys, what's up? I'm here with this fucking moron kid right now. What's your name? Kid's like, Jimmy. He's like, Jimmy, kid's stupidest kid in Long Island right here, everybody. Anyways, yo, Jimmy, he was selling lemonade for 25 cents. I told him I only had 10 cents, and he sold it for me for 10 cents. Everybody, don't be like Jimmy. If someone says they only have 10 cents, they're probably lying to you. But now, I actually own Jimmy's house because he also just signed a contract. And Jimmy's like, what? He's like, Jimmy actually just signed a contract, and now I own his entire home. I own his entire estate. And then Jimmy's like, what? What's going on? He's like, as a matter of fact, because he sold it to me at 10 cents but only gave me half a cup, now I own Jimmy. And Jimmy's like, what the fuck? Mom, this man said he owns me now. What's going on? Also, Gary Vee, the most dick thing that Gary Vee does, and it's so funny to me, he posts this on the internet, and people are like, what a good guy teaching us how to hustle. He'll post on his Instagram of him going to a garage sale, full well knowing the price of something is like, say, like $1,000. And, you could tell someone's having a garage sale, and, maybe they really need the money. And that's a very realistic thing. Someone has a garage sale, they really need the money for something. And Gary walks up, and he knows the price of something is like $1,000, and this person's selling it for $15. Gary, with all the money he has, like, I get it's for the video or whatever, and he like wants to show people that, like, if you know the price of something, you can make a profit. And you could flip it and make a $1,000 in a day or whatever. And like, that's, cool or whatever, to be like, oh yeah, showing the youth to like how to flip it and how to like make a living for themselves. But the funniest thing about it is Gary, all this fucking money he has, he'll buy it for $15 and then get in the car and he's like, wasn't that lady such a stupid fuck? She had no idea that these cards were worth over 15 grand. I just got it for 15 cents a piece. What a dumb bitch. Now I got even more money, you fucking bitch. This woman's probably like struggling to like, I don't know, pay rent or fucking, finish the mortgage payment on her house. And he's like, what a dumb bitch. He like flips her off out the window. He's like, fuck you. Post it on Instagram. Everyone's like, yeah, Gary. Fuck yeah, dude. You're a fucking boss, dude. God, Gary, I love you so much. No amount of money's enough for you. I love how you scam innocent fucking families in the suburbs of New York. I love how you just fucking scam these innocent people. Fucking, I would wish that at like the end of the video, he like goes back and he's like, I'm just fucking around, and he gives it back, obviously. But then he ends up literally flipping it And I get it's to prove a point, but fucking, dude, I hope you give that to charity or fucking give it back to the family because you're just being a dick. You're just selling shit. Oh, man. I don't know. Anyways, guys. We're going to end the podcast here. First and foremost, go get yourself some merch. I got this one. We got a Vibin' and Survivin' one. We got a That's Not Ideal t-shirt. This one says corporate says I'm living my best life. They're all great. I know you're listening and you can't see it. Some of you are watching on YouTube right now, but most of you are listening. So you can't see it. Go on my Instagram, @AnthonyKoz_. Links in my bio. It's the top one. It says merch. Go check out my website. You can get cups, koozies, hats, shirts, long fucking crew necks, hoodie, whatever you want, go get it, go make it happen. Also, make sure you rate and review the podcast over on Apple Podcasts because that really helps us out. Share with everybody you know. Follow the podcast on Instagram @KickinWithKoz so they can be involved every week with questions and things like that. I know we didn't get to questions today or advice, but it's just, sometimes it's just how it happens. I'll get to them next week. We'll figure it out. No biggie, no big deal. And that's it. I love you guys, and we're going to finish this video. We're going to finish this episode, like we finish every other episode, with 2 claps. And a Ric Flair, so feel free to join in at home. So can I get 2 claps and a Ric Flair? Woo! See you next week!